It is very easy to avoid giving a duplicate scramble when you are scrambling for multi-blind. In fact, if you do, it is really down due to carelessness and or poor practices when scrambling a multi-blind attempt. Scrambles. I am going to show a method to show how easy it is. So we've got 49 cubes here, and here are some official scrambles generated with T-Noodle. Here is a stopwatch to see roughly how long it takes to scramble these 49 cubes using T-Noodle. So, the process is quite simple. Each page of the scramble contains 7 cubes. So what you can do is start by just scrambling cubes on a page. So, let's start the stopwatch. And then you put it down. I mean, that one happened to get mis-scrambled because these cubes aren't the best, but we're not going to worry about mis-scrambles, we're going to worry about getting duplicates. It's important to put them down in the orientation that the scramble gives, because this is a blind event and they randomise the orientation. There's the third. And the fourth. You can always check the cube that you're doing doesn't match, but even if you don't, it doesn't matter. And there's our first page of scrambles. On the second, we start a new row. Getting a duplicate scramble multi-blind can be a very hard thing for a competitor to deal with. It is something that they shouldn't have to deal with, and it basically means they have to do an extra attempt, which for multi-blind is a much, much more annoying thing and detrimental thing to deal with than any other event, due to the cognitive load and focus the event takes. Since doing 3 attempts in the weekend, and in a weekend can be quite a lot for a competitor, and also their memory palaces and stuff aren't necessarily prepared for having to do an additional attempt. Now page 2 is done. Obviously, if you want to have multiple people scrambling for one person's attempt, it is best that you each have a page of your own of the scramble rather than going off the same page, because then you will mix up who's scrambling which. Much more likely to, at least. So, I just finished scrambling all those in just under 10 minutes. And now, the next step is quite simple. This top row here is the first page scrambled. This is the second, third, and so on, all the way up to the last page here, 7. So what you can do next is quite simple. It's to scan each cube in each row, and if the top face matches, you have a duplicate. Which, I mean, you don't even need to separate them like these, but that'll let you see the front. So by simply just doing another check right at the end to make sure there are no duplicates before the cubes get sent out, you can avoid getting duplicates. But also what I noticed while scrambling is, if you slightly forget the position you are on the page, since you're arranging them in 7s, you can easily find out how many there are that have been done from that page and how many are left based on how many cubes you've got there. So it is so easy to avoid having duplicates altogether. when scrambling for this event. Because if you follow this process, you won't have a duplicate like these two being duplicates, or even just these two. Because you should have only scrambled from one page and have that be one page, and then you don't need to worry about duplicates outside that. The only way there could be a duplicate under there if only one person is scrambling is if somehow there's a duplicate that appears on a separate page, which would be more of a software issue to worry about, which sounds so unlikely that it would never happen. So I think this shows how it's very easy on cube sizes of this to avoid. And giving out duplicates really shows a bit of carelessness, since this process is easy to follow.